In this video series, we're talking all about food plots, the what's, the whys, and the hows. And in video 1, we're going to answer the question of what is a food plot?
Mossy Oak Properties, where outdoorsmen find their favorite place.
Now, Cody, if I were to ask you, what in the world's a food plot? What would your answer be?
My answer would be a food plot can be whatever you want it to be.
That's pretty impressive.
Pretty proud of that. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to food plots. And I think that's what makes them really cool and exciting, because it allows you to express your creativity as a landowner, as a land manager. They can be big, they can be small. You can plant them during spring, summer, or fall. Didn't intend for that to rhyme, but it came out pretty good.
Cody's a poet, didn't realize it.
No. You can plant them with big John Deere equipment. You can plant them with a hand rake and a hand seeder. But the end result is ultimately going to be the same, that you're providing something of value to wildlife.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, a food plot is basically just a supplemental feeding program or food source that you are creating for wildlife. Not just, and that's the best thing about it. It's not just about deer and turkey. It can be about butterflies and bees and everything in between.
Right.
And that's the key thing here. What is your key? What are you trying to accomplish? And that's what that food plot is going to be.
Right, and that's another cool thing about food plots is whatever your goals are, a food plot can help you accomplish them. They can, if hunting is your thing, then food plots can concentrate deer or turkeys to a certain area and help you be more successful hunting, put more meat in the freezer, which is always an added bonus. Food plots can improve soil quality, which we'll touch on in later videos. Food plots can also provide brood rearing habitat for turkeys, pollinating habitat. We're in a stand right now with some crimson clover that the honeybees and butterflies are going to benefit from. I think a lot of times people, when they hear food plots, they first think of just a clover plot for deer or turkeys and they stop there. But if hunting isn't even your thing, a food plot on your property is going to add tremendous value to wildlife, not just for deer and turkeys, but insects and then small game, everything in between.
Yeah, I mean, food plots, just talking about it gets you excited, because number one, everybody loves to play farmer.
Yeah.
If you can get your hands on a tractor and some implements, oh boy howdy, you're gonna be planting a lot of stuff and having lots of fun with it. And that's what it should be. Number one, food plots, I know this sounds corny, it should be fun.
Right.
And depending on your goals, that's what you accomplish. And Cody touched on harvest plots. That's what we call a harvest plot. And it can also be a nutritional food plot. If you're trying to grow, antler development, fetus development, all that stuff. They can be, again, it's such a wide, big old world out there when it comes to food plots and seeds that you can purchase and buy and play with.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to just try something.
But as much fun as they can be and as beneficial as they are, we do want to stress that they're not necessary.
No, they're not.
Wildlife have lived on this planet for thousands and thousands of years before we started to plant food plots. So don't feel like you have to plant a food plot on your property to add value to it for wildlife. However, they are instrumental in providing nutrition during stress periods for wildlife. And we often think of winter, obviously, as being a stress period. A food plot can provide forage and a food source for a variety of wildlife during those hard winter months. Late winter, early spring, probably the most stressful period of time for whitetail deer. If you have a food plot greening up and there's no food left in the woods and whitetails have emptied their fat reserves, that green growth in March, April, it's a valuable food source to, like Eric mentioned, to get a good kickstart on antler development, replenish those resources they lost during the winter, and get fawns off to a good start with milk production. We often don't think of summer as being a stress period for whitetails or wildlife, but late summer, a lot of those native forbs and plants are starting to dry up, lose digestibility, lose palatability, and having a food plot during that period of time can add value to wildlife when they're otherwise stressed.
Yeah. Food plots can fill a void no matter what time of year, because that's what we're trying to get at. And just doing a little bit of research, a little bit of fun, and it's nothing hard.
Right.
All this stuff is, again, fun. There's so much information out there anymore about food plots. Everybody's selling it. It's fun. You can criticize it, but no, it's really exciting that everyone has their own little blend, own a little secret dashes. This will get it. But no, and anyway, it's just food plots, just a supplemental food source that you can plant on your property with really ease.
So follow along with us in this video series as we answer the questions of why do we plant a food plot and how do we plant a food plot, and ultimately the value it's going to add to your property for wildlife.
Mossy Oak Properties, where outdoorsmen find their favorite place.